Well, here we are in this lovely summer afternoon in Cambridgeshire, and I'm going to have a little walk around Helen's garden. She's going to take us on a little journey. She's been working on this garden for a number of years, but I wanted to film it today particularly because it's such a colourful, everything's in bloom right now. So let's talk us through these things and what do you think? Let's start with that lovely rose for a start.
This is Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl?
Yes.
The writer?
Yes, it's
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's a David Austin rose, as are most of mine, but this one is called Roald Dahl. It does very well in a pot. So
yes. Yes. Quite a pot. Oh, we've got
yeah, we need the
overhead.
planes to do the
Planes overhead added. We just saw, I think that was a fighter or a plane, an old warbird. Anyway, here we are on this. Look at this lovely. Tell us about this rose. This one here. What's this called?
Oh, well, I don't actually know, because I don't know whether we put this in or whether it was here when we came. But yeah, no, I like it. It's a good colour, isn't it?
It is. And then it's sort of green fly free. Is that an issue with roses? Do you have to spray them or anything like that?
No, nowadays you don't spray anything. I think they can get, is it rust or something?
Oh,
but,
okay.
You just make sure they can have a lot of air and things like that.
Now,
I think they can get bugs, but yeah, no, ours don't seem.
what about that vivid rose there?
Yeah. And how about getting the bee on the...
Oh, yes. What's this one called?
That's a perennial I'm growing in the pot.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
There's a few different perennials. I just sort of keep them in the pots for the first year and then put them in the garden
Right.
later in the autumn, because then you don't have to water them so much
And
whilst they get established.
what's this green thing? They're like a bit of a laurel or some sort of.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that
What is
actually. That flowers in winter, so it's quite nice, for a bit of winter colour.
Okay. Oh, I can see the mint.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
That
isn't
always
it?
goes crazy, doesn't it? Have you got that in a pot or anything?
Well, you're supposed to never plant it in the garden.
Really?
But I think, again, that was there when we sort of came and you just can't get rid of it. Let me show you this area, because I'm most proud of this area. So I specifically sort of designed this patio area to be, a little bit more designed.
Yes, all hard landscaping, a nice little patio area here.
Well, originally I was thinking the area would be kind of like not a white garden, but I wanted that sort of cool, calm look with a lot of green, different types of textured leaves and, with the ferns and all that sort of thing, phyllictrum and things. But now I sort of feel I'm not specifically going to stick to white flowers anymore, but still keep that quite cool, calm look, with silvery, like of the forgotten the name, cardoon and the leaves.
Oh yes, it's quite architect.
And
What
this
is
phyllictrum, this one.
this
with very
bluey
tall-
stem? What is that?
A phyllictrum.
Phyllictrum. Goodness me, where's that from?
What do you mean? Where's it from? Which country?
Well,
I don't know.
it's not the indigenous to UK word.
There's lots of different phyllictrums, but that one's called Ellin.
Right.
And then this phyllictrum, I think, is one that I grew from seed,
Yeah.
but I can't quite remember the name of it. But they sort of grow on the edges of woodlands.
Right.
So this sort of bit of the house, bit of the garden, is kind of overshadowed by the house. So it's slightly like.
It's a bit jungly though. I like it
Yeah.
jungly. What's this with these sort of angular, spiky
That's the
What's-
not artichoke, cardoon.
cardoon?
And do you see all the aphids on that? Is it aphids? See the
Aphids on
black-
it?
see the
Black fly?
I think it's aphids.
Okay.
And so, but the ladybirds will come in and they'll eat them all, in a couple of weeks.
The ladybirds do their job, yeah?
That's great.
Okay.
Great. But I really like.
Oh, look at now. Tell me, this fern.
Yes.
What is that now? That's a New Zealand fern, is it?
They're called Dixonia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's So you've got to nurse these, haven't you?
Well, it's mostly in the winter you have to really carefully wrap them. Yeah.
Mm.
But I've got a lot of fern-like things, like the thing behind it. I think it's
Yeah.
called aruncus. And the leaves are
Okay.
sort of feathery, frondy. So I've got a few things like that.
Yeah, I like that. They're very nice.
And the yellow poppies are just self-seeded.
Yellow poppy, yeah?
But they're quite nice, aren't they?
Yes, I mean, traditionally we have the red ones and the, what's the orange one? What's that called?
I don't know. Maybe they're just a similar. And then there's the blue one, isn't there? That didn't it? It's mostly famous up north.
Okay.
But I love those big white leaves, actually, silvery leaves of that.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But do you see how I've sort of deliberately tried to get very different, very textural?
Yes.
Whereas other parts of the garden, it's more colourful. This is more about a very cool, calm
Right.
sort of area. So it's more about the leaves. And partly it's because there's not that many flowers you can have in very shady environments.
Really?
And so then
They
it's
need a bit
more
of-
about the leaves and
Right.
foliage.
And you put a few pots here to
Yeah, so we've got some
Bring-
hostas and some ferns.
hostas. This is slug bait, I heard. Is that right?
Yeah, these are the hostas, yeah. This has got a bit of a weed going in it.
Right. Oh, yes. See, oh, goodness me, yeah. Yes, very nice.
But
You
they're
got-
going to get their flowers soon. But they're quite sort of understated, I would say, the flowers.
Yes. And you've got another fern here, haven't you?
Yep, lots of ferns.
I like that fern there.
They don't grow as big as tree ferns.
Oh, you've got a little one here. What's this?
Yeah,
This
that's
is-
the same.
This is the nursery, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just little ferns.
And I like these big old plant here. What's that?
That one,
Yeah.
I've forgotten what it's called now.
I like this.
Yeah, it's
Make
good.
a nice.
Yeah, they
shape.
look tropical, don't they?
They
but
do.
actually, they're really hardy.
Right. Gosh, that's
I've
nice.
forgotten what it's called. It has a big flower.
Right. Okay. So,
So when I look through the patio doors, I just love the look of
yeah.
the chairs
This
as
is the
well
view,
as
yeah.
the bed. So I'm really
Yes,
happy
you get.
with how it's come right now. But it always evolves, so it's never
Yeah.
finished.
And you got your Barbie ready to go here.
Yep,
All
definitely.
we need is some good weather.
Yep.
Now, you've got a nice rose here. Is this a climber or a rambler, or what's the
No,
distinction?
that's a shrub.
That's a shrub.
Again, that was here when we came.
Okay.
So I don't quite know. So I don't know whether I would choose such a punchy pink now because I'm trying to
No.
make this area like a calm sort of space. But
Okay.
of course, I'm not going to take it out. I just
Right.
and then this was the crab apple, wasn't it?
Oh,
that
yes.
you mentioned about. That's going
Yeah.
to have lovely crabs in the autumn, and then it has flowers in its spring.
Yes. Oh, what is that? That lovely purple thing down there. Look.
That's Sweet William.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I remember that from Charlotte.
Yeah.
My mother
Again,
always
I
grew that.
planted that before I sort of started to think about a calm space. So it's a bit too punchy the colour, but anyway, perhaps I'll take it out.
Right, this one through
Go to the next
here. You
bed.
lead the way. Oh, now tell me before you go. Look at that. I love grasses. Look at this.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that,
This
but I
is-
love it too.
This is the kind of thing we saw in abundance at Beth Chatto's
Yeah.
place, didn't we? Where is that?
Yeah.
That's out near Colchester, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
it's
went
good
to
for the
see.
dry garden and just lovely rustic sort of
Yeah.
burgundy colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of movement going as well. It's,
Yeah,
it's all
and
right.
it stays up really well.
Mhm.
Stays standing tall.
Now this is very colourful, this bed,
So
isn't it?
this is what I call the studio bed.
The studio.
It's near the studio, and so we've got all this lovely pucheras, which
Okay.
again lovely leaves, and they've actually the flower seems to be going over perhaps, but they're quite nice.
And nice poppies here, look.
Yes.
These little pinky ones. And
Yeah, this
purple.
one is Patty's plum, but again they're sort of going over. I probably should deadhead and maybe I'll get some more.
Oh, now what
then-
is that called?
I've forgotten. Something like I want to say Erasmus, but
Erasmus.
yeah, I can't quite remember. But I planted, they're a bulb, and I planted 5 of them, or 6 even, but this is the only one.
You've got another grass here as well.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of that one either.
And that's a nice, unusual rose, isn't it? That
Yeah.
kind of russety.
Yeah.
So what colour do you call that?
I'm getting really bad with the name. I know, it sort of reminds you of like tomato ketchup.
It does, doesn't it?
And the rose there behind, that one's Coco Loco. To the
Coco.
left.
Yeah?
And again, it's like a sort of putty colour,
Yeah?
as it goes quite well with the grass.
Right.
And that rose is really fussy, and so it hasn't done well until this year.
Right.
But actually it's doing really well now.
And what about that lovely tree? I like that.
Yeah, that's the elder.
Elder.
Yeah, but it's a very pretty one, isn't it? But yeah, you could technically take the flowers, and make elderflower
Elderflower,
juice.
yeah. And this is a young silver birch you planted there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a replacement, wasn't it, for a big...
Yeah, for it. Was it a
tree.
sycamore? It was huge.
It was big, wasn't it? You had to
It
take
sort
it
of came
down.
up to where we are, really. So
Yeah.
half the lawn was
And you
covered
had to
in
get
trees.
permission to take that down, didn't you?
Yeah. And they said you have to put another tree in place.
Oh, yeah. And I love this this garden shed. Now this is nice.
Yeah.
This is been constructed, isn't it? Reclaimed,
Yeah.
and they're portholes from a ship, aren't they?
Yeah. This is
What?
Gordon's
What tale could they tell?
Pride and Joy.
Wow. Yeah, so you've got some
I do know the name of this one, Summer Song.
summer song. Is there perfume into that? Check that.
Oh yeah, there is. Really
Because
nice.
some of the more old-fashioned ones have more perfume, don't they? Oh yes, that's lovely. And Gordon tells me you can eat roses.
Yeah.
He likes to take a munch now and again.
Yeah, he does. I have to stop him eating the garden.
Don't eat my garden. And now this, I like this tree actually.
Yeah,
Now he was telling me this is a false plum, isn't it? I
false
think-
pear.
Pear, is
Yeah.
it? Looks a bit like an olive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
With the silvery
yeah.
leaves and structure there.
Yeah, it's got a bit big, and then it's quite difficult to shape it.
Yes.
Excuse me. But still.
What about, how do you deal with this? Is shaded. Do you have to have special plants here?
So we've got some ferns, and I tried to grow some hydrangeas, but I think it's just too dry.
Right.
And then this other thing is something that really loves the dry, but I've forgotten the name of it. I think we saw it at one of the gardens as well, because we didn't plant it. But yeah, this bed is a bit ratty. It needs work.
It's a good wildlife haven though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is...
And you kind of do one bit on one day and then another bit, or one season you improve one bit and then
Sure.
the next season improve something else.
Where do you want to go now? Through this
Go
way?
this way.
We'll follow you then. Just pan around here. Oh yes, we've got another view here, haven't we? This is it. Now what's this purpley spiky thing? What's that?
I keep forgetting all the names now.
Is it a thistle or something?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Lovely colour. Look at
Starts with E.
it.
Yeah, it's quite sharp. It's sort of like a type of sea holly, I think.
All right. And prick your finger.
Yeah, it's really
If you
sharp
like,
actually, but the bees absolutely love it.
They
It's
do?
not fully come out yet, but you'll
Right.
see them. And then this is curry plant, which
Ooh.
is not used in curry, but it really smells of curry.
Let's try
And
it.
so you don't eat it, Dad. It's just for the smell. But if you brush past it,
Oh,
you smell
yes.
the smell. So they sort of say keep it on the edge, and then
Ooh,
you part off
yes.
and you just brush past
Oh,
it,
I just
and you
screwed it
get the
together.
thing. You
And
get
I
the
can
smell.
Yeah, God,
And
that's
just
lovely.
brushing past it sort of lifts the smell.
Yeah, God, that's
It's
lovely.
interesting, isn't it?
It is. I love these smells.
Yeah.
And what
And so you
about-
can add them to your bouquet if you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And what about that lovely yellow? What is that?
Well, that was some sort of pond plant, but again, I think
Oh
it's
yes, you've got a bit of
self-seeded.
water here, haven't you? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any frogs in there?
There was earlier, but I haven't seen any for a while. Yeah.
Let's go here.
And so the Echinops, Gordon originally grew this from seed, and then we sort of divided and put it, but it has got a bit carried away now, so I think I'm going to try and thin it a bit, because it actually bulks up quite a lot,
Okay.
and then it sort of, there's a lot. There's a little eucalyptus in there.
Oh yes. Now could that become a big tree in time?
It could, but I'm going to use it for sort of cut flower foliage, so I'll probably keep it as a shrub or keep it fairly small. But yeah, potentially if you left it, it would be an enormous tree.
Well, now I like these. Look at the shape of these. This is a poppy gone over, hasn't it?
Yes, so this
Here's
is
the poppy
perennial
head.
poppy. Yeah,
Nice.
and the seed heads are so fantastic, aren't they? That
Oh, they're very, very.
and they'll hold up even in autumn, winter. So it's some sort of structure to see
Yes.
later.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
And this lovely.
this is a lovely rose.
That's
Isn't
the one. What do you know the name of that?
it?
You used to put labels on them, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's called. They're a few years old now.
Mmm.
I want to say something like purple.
Got a smell.
Yeah, I've forgotten. Yeah, they sort of change colour because that
Yes.
you see how pink it is.
Pinky, and then it goes a little purpley here.
Yeah, darker, but they're
Yes.
beautiful, aren't they? And how the shape changes from that
Yes.
to more of a sort of flattened
Floribunda,
thing.
isn't it? That's a singular. Is that? I'm not sure.
Floribunda, yeah, is when there's lots on
Lots of
one
heads.
stem.
Yeah? Like that, perhaps? Or something. I don't know.
think-
Look at it when the buds are ready to come.
Yeah, isn't it
I
gorgeous?
like that. The poppy there, normal.
And if you put salvias at the bottom, like this natural lavender, I don't know how you say it, then that, when it gets hot, sort of releases, is it sulfur or something? And that is like a natural pesticide. And so that keeps your roses nice and you don't need to spray them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, down here, that's another hosta, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, what's that?
I think it's called elephant ears, and if you touch it, it's
Oh, it
incredibly
looks like-
soft.
It looks furry.
Yeah, touch it.
And it's
amazing.
not going to
No, it's
give
not
you
a foxglove.
no allergy. Ooh, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called elephant's ears.
Yes. Very soft. And
Yeah, very downy.
it is. You've got them really packed, so this will help suppress weeds, won't it?
Yes.
That's the idea behind that, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
And you've got over here,
Yeah, there's no point having bare soil because you'll just get weeds.
you get weeds, yeah. And this looks like a hive here, but it's not, is it? It's a,
No, it's a composter, but obviously it has got pretty,
shapes to it, yeah.
yeah. But now I just try to put leaves in there to potentially do leaf mold.
Okay.
But yeah,
Ooh, but look at that.
and then
This is that's an aster.
Acer.
Acer, rather. Acer, yeah.
And I love this. This is Munstead wood. It's just such a great colour.
Oh,
It
yes.
photographs really well.
Yeah.
But it's very sharp. If you see all those thorns,
Oh,
out
yes.
of all of the roses we have, it's
This is a vicious one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you can get a nasty infection from a rose if you've got dirty. Angela did once.
and this is another. This is Acer Gricium, which we planted when it was maybe our 7th year anniversary, something like that.
Okay.
Because it's Gordon's favourite tree. It's the one with the peeling bark.
Oh, yes. yeah.
And so eventually it will sort of go
Cool
up
and
in
coppery.
that space.
A lovely coppery space.
Well, you see
coppery
how we have
peeling
that tree
away.
and that tree, so it'll be in the middle.
Yes.
But it could take 10 years.
10 years. Oh, well. Just
maybe
a
20
moment.
years even. And that's sunflower, perennial sunflower, which again grows quite prolifically, a bit like the Echinops. So
Okay.
we might have to reduce it.
Right.
And then this is the Angelica, Arch Angelica, which is very structural. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. When you look, you've got a little den up here.
Yeah, this is what I need to work on perhaps this afternoon. So we've got a lot of that vinca that is ground cover, but it's really gone crazy, so I need to cut it right back. And I've got a path running through the back of the garden, but it's so overgrown
Yeah.
that you can't really get through the path very well.
Right.
So I need to take the plants that are self-seeded in the path, in them, and
Oh,
So I'm going to perhaps work on that this afternoon.
right. But here, yeah, this is a very nice pond you've got here.
Yes, you unearthed the.
Oh yeah, we discovered the remains of it, didn't we? And we dug up a lot of old bricks, and it's been restored. And
Yeah, Gordon's done an amazing.
he did a bit of brickwork there, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's, God, it's
And I haven't got the balance right, but that is a lovely little mini. What do you call them?
rush.
Yeah.
Like a bulrush.
sort of- yeah, like a
Oh,
little
but
mini
look,
version.
Look at all the creatures there.
Yeah.
Flying
But then
around
this
there.
plant is too big for it, really.
This is a lily, isn't it?
It gets enormous. I don't know what it's called. I think it was in your pond, wasn't it? And then Mum gave me a cutting.
Ah, that might
back,
be lily.
But
That,
I think it's too big.
too big.
for
But you
this
can
pond.
thin them out though.
Yeah,
You have to get
yeah.
your wellies
But what
on
I mean
and
is
chop
sort
it back.
of like when it gets tall, it's like
Oh,
this
okay.
big, so sort of out of perspective
Right.
for the pond size.
But I like the different shapes. Look,
Yeah,
you've got the shape of those.
yeah, and then this is the other plant we bought.
Yeah.
Forgotten the name of this one as well.
And I like these needly green things and the purple, the little flower there.
That's just leaning over
Yeah.
rather than being in
You got foxgloves. Is that
the.
over
Yeah,
there?
yeah, planted those.
I like that little chair there. It is a little den in there.
Yeah, and that's where Alfie's resting
Oh yeah.
behind there,
An
isn't it?
old cat. Yeah.
But yeah, I need to make the blade better. 'Cause it is
Yeah.
it's gone a bit.
But this is
crooked.
one of my favourites of your garden. Is this lovely silver birch.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's a very pretty
that's why we decided to get another one, for the other side.
tree, isn't it?
They are nice.
And but you enlarged this bed, didn't you? Not
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, was it?
Yeah. And even now, I feel like, it's still not big enough.
Huh? Not big enough.
No.
Wow.
Because, you put the things in, and obviously they get bigger, and you want some stuff between the things, between the structures, the shrubs. And so once the shrubs get bigger, you're like, oh, actually, I need to make it bigger and need to have more space and stuff like that. It's not too bad. I think it's partly that the path at the back is too narrow, so it sort of gets encroached upon each year, and then you still can't walk through it.
Yes.
And so it's like, okay, well, I need to move
So you need
to
a
make
machete.
that path wider.
You need a machete to walk through there.
Yeah, I need to make the path wider,
Yes.
so make the bed bigger this way, so that you can properly walk through there.
But I like
But
the
it's not bad.
the
It's
foil
the
of
vinca that I need to get.
this flint wall
Yes.
behind a big wall, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
10, 12 feet,
yeah,
tall
it's
there.
good.
and that little tree shape there hanging up there. I don't know what that is.
I think that's a plum.
Plum, yeah, Victoria plum maybe.
so,
Oh, and we've got a serious apple tree here. You get lots of apples on here normally, and I can see
Yeah.
they're starting already.
It's more than you could ever eat.
Yes, there is. And they're quite tasty. I've had apples up there.
Yeah.
So God, it's rammed with different things, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Nigella self-seeded from
Well, this one?
year. Yeah, this. But it is obviously going to seed now, really. There's
Yeah.
the little flowers that are not finished. But so I might take them out, when they're done, because there's perennials all sort of underneath that kind of can't see. But I just decided to leave them because they're so great for the bees.
Yes, well, it's an eco-friendly garden
Yeah,
too,
exactly. And then I'll give a little bit more space for them later. And then this is two of my favourite roses.
Oh yes, what rose is that?
So that one, I think, is it Iceberg? Can't quite remember. And that's Eustace V. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I when I planted them, because I did so much research, I completely knew the names, and now I've slightly
But you got
forgotten.
these are just markers. He's
Yeah.
not got the names on it,
No,
perhaps.
no. I mean, I've written it down in my
In your
spreadsheets.
plan, your garden
yeah,
plan.
but I
Yeah.
just haven't got it off. At
You
the
can't
moment.
top your head. Give it to me.
Yeah, have a look at the Verbascum. They're really nice.
Right. What's that? Say again.
Verbascum. And these are grown from seed. I love these.
Really?
Yeah, really lovely. The leaves look a bit ratty, but they come back each year.
Mm.
Do really nicely. the caterpillars love them.
Yeah.
So once they get on them, they completely shred it, and that's it. But
Poppy there,
you
look.
get to enjoy it for a while.
Set against the pink of that rose. It's
Yeah.
really nice. And a yellow one.
And that rose is called Emily Bronte.
Oh, really?
It's a lovely
Of course,
colour.
there's a new King Charles rose,
Yeah,
which
I
has
haven't
been.
seen it,
I've
actually.
seen on television on Gardener's World, I think.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse of it,
You
but
must
not.
look out
I
for
need. Well, I need to go to the David Austin place and see it in the flesh.
Yes, you got to get.
That's next year.
You got to get one for the king.
Yeah, and then this smells gorgeous.
Yes.
That's Gertrude Jekyll,
Oh yes, the famous gardener Gertrude Jekyll.
and this is a clematis growing through it.
What's growing there?
Clematis.
Clematis, yeah.
But I need to tie it up, I think. 'Cause it's slightly falling.
Yes.
So be careful on this path, it's not very even.
Okay. And this is your little productive side, is this?
Yeah, so we moved
Propagation.
that bean frame from here to there, and I'm much happier with it there, because basically it was such an awkward thing to sort of put your stuff in the cold frame and then, carry things. It was just a trip hazard. So although I lose some growing space, it's much better being there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've got a little, what's that little Wendy house there?
Yeah, I haven't used that for a while actually.
That's a
but
little
yeah,
propagator,
It's another
isn't
cold
it?
frame.
You put a cold frame there. You put
Yeah, another cold frame.
I like this is a little, and this is
Oh, just have a look at Gordon's compost heap.
oh yes, we got
So
to,
it's
you
nice.
lead the way
It's nice to remember
and
these.
tell us all about this. Because he's got this chemistry dead right, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he absolutely, well, I don't know if he absolutely loves doing it, but
He does it.
he does.
He's under orders.
He does it for me, thankfully.
Ah.
Because they say if you look after the soil, the garden looks after itself. So
Oh.
I think it's true.
So how does this work then? You've got two bins, haven't you? This,
Well, no, sort of 3 bays, so
Three
we may
bays.
end up losing that tree. I mean, it's a bit raggedy anyway, but we need more bays really. But yeah, you've got to sort of turn them from one to the other.
so you put
every
all
so
your
often.
raw, but you put grass clippings or not?
Yes, yeah.
can.
So you sort of alternate between the greens and the browns.
Ah,
but
this is
really,
tricky.
we need 2 more bays in order to have like a bay to hold like the green stuff, and then a bay to hold the brown.
Oh, so you can gradually. And the key
Yes.
thing is to get the temperature, isn't it?
And also, you have to.
What's he
well,
got
you don't
there?
have to, but he wants to chop the stuff
Oh
before
yes.
you put it in, so it will.
Speed up
Yeah.
the breakdown,
And so
yeah?
that's why it's like we can't just throw it in, if you know what I mean. We need to like
Right.
hold it and then chop it. So
God, look at that flint. Wow, I wonder how old that wall is.
yeah, really old.
200 years. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a few bits that are falling out, but it's quite tricky.
And then show me your
Well, there's not really much in.
anything going in there at the moment, no?
Well,
This is your nursery, is it? For your baby
Oh.
ones. What have you got?
the cat on the side,
Oh,
the
look.
neighbour's
It's
cat.
the neighbour's cat. Look at this beautiful thing.
If she realises, she'll jump out.
Is it? It's the Siameses?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah,
Really? Look at that.
they're quite frightened though. So
Well, this found a little spot here.
oh, it must be really hot on there. And I put the sort of frost cloth there. I did see him. I think it's a him on there the other week as well.
Oh, well, let's
Just
leave.
look down there though. There's not many babies, but basically, it's a bit more that way down.
There. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
here,
that's
yes.
it. Yeah, so there's a few little bits that are growing. Yeah,
Let's see.
and then on the right hand side, you'll see that I've started to sort of organise it and have all the pots and stuff.
Got it
'Cause
all
it was just
organised.
so, although I'm sad to lose the growing space,
You got it organised.
yeah, it's better probably. I kind of grow less now, but at least if I could make it more organised, it would be better.
Yes. I see.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. Well, take me on a journey. Take me back.
These will eventually be amazing new topiary.
Oh yes.
to
yes.
sort of screen the compost bins. So
Ah.
I should, well, prune the sides.
When did you put these
and
up
make sure-
then? They're fairly new?
I think, well, one died. So one is sort of like 1 year old and one is 2 years old.
Okay.
So I don't know how it's going to work, like whether it's just, I don't know, too dry here because it's under this tree. But I just thought it'd be nice to have quite tall structure that sort of hid the compost bins and wanted to
Yes.
get some really interesting shapes.
think
But I
you're
haven't actually started making
I think you're going to
from
have a
the
lot of
shape.
apples. Wow. Look at this lot. Wow.
Yeah, there's quite sort of wild rough bits, but you basically realise that there's not enough time to do it all.
No.
You kind of have to be selective and just, you get overwhelmed easily, so
Yes.
you have to choose, I'm going to do this
Get a
area
little-
now, and just sort of let some stuff go.
Yes.
Because it's never going to be perfect because I just don't have the time. So, but actually, the wildlife doesn't really care whether something's a weed or a plant.
No.
It's all good for
That's
them.
right. It's all to help the insects.
Yeah.
Helps the birds.
And it's sort of going over, but this was a little perennial that I've grown from seed, so they're quite cute. So I've started to grow more perennials, have these as the nursery beds, as a bit of salad, a bit of lettuce,
Oh yeah.
because they were sort of getting lost in the main beds and
Right.
not surviving. So now I've decided to grow some perennials here and then wait till they're bigger before putting them out. Here's that flower again.
Oh
It's
yes.
a very sharp one though, but it's nice.
I'll get spiked by that one.
And there's some alliums. And then over here we have some strawberries.
Oh no, now I'll get to the serious. Come on then, pick me one then. I want to show the camera before I do my research.
That's not quite ready.
We got a red one there.
We-
Or one down here maybe.
Yeah, we've picked so many.
You had some out here, yeah.
Oh,
Or
that'll be a good one.
yeah, that'd be a nice one. Let me see that one.
There
Go on,
you
show
go.
to the camera. There you go.
They're cute, aren't
Yes. Right. That's.
they? You do the taste
I'm
test.
doing the taste
You're gonna have
test.
to. Oh, do you want me to take the end off?
Nope.
You can manage.
Well.
Is it good?
Gosh, they're good. They are really good.
Yeah.
They are good, aren't they?
Really good.
There's definitely strawberries in there. Strawberries.
They're so
Some-
sweet.
Some I can take or leave, but if you get these are organically grown.
Yeah, I don't spray
You don't.
anything.
No, there's no.
That's
nothing
why
going
I
on
feel
this.
confident to just eat them straight off.
Yeah.
As long as it hasn't been eaten by a bug,
No. Look
then
at
I'm
that.
happy. So don't spray anything. That was a funny shape.
Oh, they are good. And well, have you got some rhubarb here?
Rhubarb. No, that's just a hollyhock, I think.
Hollyhock. Yeah.
But this bed is going to be asparagus,
Right.
but they're really tiny. So I have to wait a few years. I was going to try and get one for Mum. Oh, here's. I'll give her that one. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I don't even mind, sharing them with the animals.
Yeah.
As soon as you get
All
enough,
right. then.
then
Right. And up here, another archway.
yeah, that's another nice rose.
Yes, one coming over here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's called a Shropshire Lad. They don't actually sell it now because I suppose they improve them, and they sort of
Yes.
think, well, we can't sell all of them.
No, keep so many lines going, don't they, I
Have a
suppose?
look at the clematis underneath as well.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Right. Spin round. Oh, yes. Now, what is the name of that?
Forgotten.
Oh, you haven't got no name.
Isn't it lovely though? Again, I really carefully chose it to sort of complement the rose.
Lovely colours.
Yeah, it's a lovely sort of bluey purple.
Yes, it is
violet.
nice. And look at this
But
little...
yes, they don't sell this one anymore, so I just took a cutting and then created the same one on the opposite side
Yeah?
of the
Did you-
frame.
Oh, over here, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that then eventually they'll sort of cover the frame.
Yes. And the pink. Lovely pink colour.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
gorgeous, isn't it? Shropshire Lad.
Should add. Yes. Yes, it's very colourful. What you've done here.
And that's a banana.
A banana? Really?
Well, they don't grow real bananas, but you know, you call it a
Oh,
banana
I see.
plant.
Yes, like an ornamental one,
Yeah.
really. But if you had a big old greenhouse, would it really grow? Is
No,
that
I don't know.
is that a fruit-bearing one?
Probably not.
You
Well, I
got
don't know.
you got one something here, Delphinium red lark.
No, that was supposed to be in front of it, but
Oh.
it hasn't worked.
Okay.
I've really struggled to get them to grow. There is another one there, but again, it's just like 2 leaves, and so I don't know if it's going to work.
Lovely.
But yeah,
So would you?
give it 30 more years, and then.
How do you rate this year for a gardening year? Are you pleased with the way it's going?
Yeah, I think so. It's just really good to have the design in your head. And,
Is it starting to take shape? Because
well, I've had the designs in my head before, but you sort of evolve it, and then you want to move the plants, you know. And then, but once it's so nice to see it come to fruition, as you had imagined. And so, yeah, every year it gets better, and you think, oh, okay, it's more in alignment with what I'm seeing in my head, and. You know.
it's very.
But it never stops. It will never stop evolving.
No, they got evolved, but it's very verdant and packed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is hopefully suppresses the weeds.
Yeah, and we can mulch the floor, you know. So yeah, the soil gets better as well.
You mulch it, and Gordon munches it. He's foraging. Eat the roses. Yeah.
No, yeah, I am happy. And also, there's always something new that comes every day. And so when you come home from work and then you walk around with a cup of tea, you sort of go, oh, I didn't see that before. It's just come out.
So
And
you
as
have a
one
little
thing
patrol
goes-
when you come back from work?
Yeah, walk the perimeter. That's what I
Yeah.
do.
Not walk the lower 40, you know. No, that's plough the lower 40, isn't it? You haven't quite got that.
No, I walk the perimeter, and then I realise, oh, that's gone over, that's a shame, you know, but then there'll be something else, like this hasn't even come out. Yeah, this is Helenium.
I suppose this is the thing to have it kind of sequential
Yeah.
stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like the irises have obviously gone over, so it looks
Do
a bit
you, when you
unsightly.
buy and plant, do you think of that when it
Yeah.
will come and how it will
Yeah.
fit in your scheme?
Yeah, definitely. And so there's certain periods that I think, oh, there's just not enough colour now. It's like a certain number of weeks. And you're like, what can I have that will then fulfil that, you know? But mostly the thing is that I've really concentrated on the colours. And so they're specific. So the beds are certain tones. And so it's not a hot bed. It's like a very nuanced colour, I feel. It's hard to describe. It's sort of orangey, purpley pink.
You've got some.
And the yellow,
Yellow
rose is,
roses
yeah,
out there.
that's the only thing that's not really fitting in, so I'm probably going to move that next year. But do you see how the foliage, you know, has that very dark colour
Yes,
there?
coppery and autumnal, yeah, looking.
And the plum. But the colours are quite punchy, whereas around the patio they're going to be much calmer, cool tone colours. So it's more like silvery foliage, and then a bit of blue, maybe pale yellow. And then they're quite sort of, again, sort of burgundy colours by the fence. That sort of burgundy and a bit of apricot, rustic sort of tones.
Yeah.
And then that bed at the end is more the sort of pastel. I call that bed the romantic bed, the one at the end of the garden.
I like your little den.
The glade.
The glade, yeah.
That doesn't have much colour actually. So I need
No,
to
but
sort
you
of
go
work
there
on
for a
that.
bit of quiet.
Yeah, and when the
Because-
sunlight is in there, it does look lovely. But yeah, I'm going to tackle that a bit more, because I had some hellebores and things in there, but I had to take them out because it was just so dry. They weren't doing well, so I sort of need to work on. But I've got some more foxgloves and things like that, and maybe I should put white plants in there because it's a little bit dark, isn't it? So then it will lift it.
Yes, it is dark down there, but this reminds me of my time as a schoolboy rambling through the woods on my little bike, my tracker bike.
And in that bed with the Munstead rose and that Acer and the Acer Griseum and stuff, I've planted something called a strawberry foxglove, and it's the colour of like crushed strawberries, and so they haven't come up yet, but I'm looking forward to those, and making that bed a bit more colourful as well. So I think it's like the most creative thing to sort of play with the colours, and so that's
Yeah.
why I've been really careful about the colours in each bed. And so I'm happy that I can see the effect of it,
Right.
so yeah.
Oh, I can smell that curry.
Can you? Now you're aware of it.
I can get it now, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is interesting, and you can put it in your cut flower arrangements. But obviously, I don't know why. Do you want?
Not everybody wants curry, do they?
Yeah, on the phone. But still, it's interesting to have different smells, isn't it?
All the sensory
It's
input.
a bit more utopiary. But again, I haven't actually shaped it. Or
This is fairly new. How long have you had that?
maybe 2 years still. So it
Yeah,
is a while.
I don't remember it's
They're
growing.
very slow growing, but you don't cut the top until it's the height you want, because then it's incredibly slow growing. So I do want them to be fairly tall.
That's
Well,
tall,
not too much taller, but maybe I'll be up 2 rungs on a ladder, and then that will be the highest. So because obviously you've got to prune.
Do you
it.
know what this species is?
Well, it's a yew, but no, I don't know.
Is it you?
Yeah, they're yew.
Is it?
Because did you see our box? They've all been taken by the box moth.
Right.
So yew is.
Yew is very poisonous, you know.
Yeah, if you eat it.
If you eat it, not good for a donkey or a pony. You're not going to have one of those in your
No,
blood.
no. Yeah, you should never eat it. But I think it's fine if you just touch it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's not like the foxglove, where you shouldn't even really touch it, I think. But yeah, I know what you mean. That this one seems a bit different from this one, so I'm not sure. I just bought sort of like yew hedging plants rather than finished topiary, because obviously they're so much more expensive, aren't
Right.
they? And then I'm just going to try and make it myself,
Okay.
make it work. But who knows? I might be like, this is not going to work. They're too different.
Well, there we are. We've had a nice little tour, haven't we? And let's say you're pleased with the results so
Yes,
far. Yeah,
so
yeah.
far, but
Yeah.
it never stops evolving. So
Okay.
I'll see you again next year.
See you again. Bye for now.
Bye for now.